What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I'm doing some readings for all the signs individually. I'm on the sign of Libra. Try out my psychic tarot deck. Hope everyone is doing well. See what the messages are for the sign of Libra. Some of you guys are definitely transitioning out of past energy. Could be karmic, could be a routine that you found yourself in for quite a long time. I think that you're being aligned with the right direction, but maybe it's kind of been a battle. Maybe you need some encouragement. Maybe you need to know that you're teaching other people, or maybe it's a season for you to be the student. I think that there's a lot of memories for some of you that are going to be coming up about your childhood, about some kind of daydream that you find yourself in. And I think that there's a lot of communication that's going to be honest. And I think that if you're able to maintain a positive attitude, then you'll have positive results. And I think that, you know, how you guys appear is really kind of stressed, kind of all over the place at times. But that doesn't really stop you from getting things done. And I think that's important to remember. The universe wants you to know that you are meant to be in kind of like a group setting, a crowd perhaps, some type of community situation that has a lot to do with communication. Could have to do with a Sagittarius, could have to do with mental health, it could have to do with a partner that you're dealing with, or someone who is part of the divine plan for your life. And I think that cause and effect is at play here. So basically whatever you've given is coming back. And I think that it has a lot to do with your neighborhood or like people around you. And I think that, you know, some of you guys have really a lot of talents, but I think that what the universe is trying to tell you is that your appearance or your first impression doesn't leave a whole lot of room for like actual like raw emotion. And I think that in you revealing that and not being so stoic about it and freeing up some of those depression of emotions, that it would be easier for people to interact with you or like relate to you. You know, you guys give a lot of independent nature to you, and I think that maybe some of you guys were the oldest sibling, or you had a lot of responsibilities, so you kind of held yourself to this standard where you didn't really open up, or maybe you had to grow up fast, or, you know, you're afraid of your family situation ending up being like it was for you as a child. But I feel like you have a lot of potential, you have a lot of intuition, you have a lot of empathy, but you also hold a public image. And I feel like if people were to see that side of you, that childlike energy, that, you know, showing the world that, you know, you have problems and issues too, but you choose to deal with them in a different way, or you choose to direct your energy in a certain way. But being this beacon of light in a dark place for some people, but spitting facts and not just fantasy or illusion, you know, the puppy love, rainbows and butterflies. No, this is real, but this is what we're going to do about it type of thing, because you guys are really good at doing that. You're transforming energy. You are learning a lot about the people around you. I think that some of you guys have children or younger siblings that are teaching you a lot about yourself as a child, or maybe they have certain talents. I think that, some of you guys are really worried about being like your father, or some type of father energy here, where maybe you find yourself acting like your father in certain instances, but at the same time, you're a completely different person. And if you're wondering if you've achieved yourself forming into, something better and maybe longer lasting besides phone calls here and there, that if you can have this stability, if you can overcome whatever type of illness that is in your family, I feel like you have the freedom to create whatever reality you want for yourself in your life. And I think that it's important to understand that the evolution of your individuality, although sometimes you come off aggressive, although sometimes, it's hard for you to have faith in another person, especially in a partnership, it has a lot to do with your mental, having more confidence in yourself, understanding that you're a powerful teacher, you're a powerful healer, you have ancestors that are protecting you, and they want to see you continue down this path, and communicating and forming friendships, and not being afraid to open up to the softer side of you, for lack of better words. Being a kid again, nurturing that energy, maybe when some of you guys were 13, because that number came up twice. You guys feel like you have to give off this energy of being this strong, powerful force, and, maybe in a partnership, maybe in a relationship, which isn't a bad thing, but maybe it's hard for someone to get to know you, because it's like you always have to be dominant, and maybe it's not about one person not being dominant, but it's about balancing those energies, where someone is dominant, sometimes someone's, where you kind of intuitively kind of pick up on that energy, where you can play the role at that point, and to not be afraid of accepting the feminine or the masculine energy, whatever one that you've had a hard time accepting or dealing with, and not being afraid to open up about that as well, because some of you guys have been thinking a lot about religion and faith, and maybe some of the situations you've ended up in, maybe marriage, maybe illnesses or deaths in your family, and it's hard for you to wrap your head around how much you've changed, but that your subconscious was already programmed to kind of handle this. It's been here before, and it's okay to trust in yourself a little bit more, and what you've been through in times where you're unsure, and that you can be successful despite your fears. That things might have fallen apart. Maybe you felt like you've been isolated for a long time. Maybe you've gotten in a lot of debt and you are trying to keep a positive attitude, but it's important for you to understand that you have a wish here, you have hope, you have friends, you have talents, you have an understanding, of a past life, perhaps for some of you guys, where, it took a long time for you to be able to give and receive. It took a long time for you to find joy and happiness, and embrace your intelligence, and embrace, the wealth that's divinely yours, or your birthright. It's hard to accept sometimes, and to nurture those energies that maybe we didn't have, to let someone be this best friend to you, to let someone experience what it's like to be that close to you without, a facade, for lack of better words. I think that right now it's important for you guys to balance your emotions and balance your energy and your thoughts, and to find a place of an equilibrium that you are creating, but at the same time you have this vision that's a part of your plan, and maybe some things haven't been fully revealed to you. Maybe you're not really sure, why you're so curious about certain things. You're not sure if this is an illusion. It's just because you can't really see right now. And I think that some of you guys have been under this for a while, and it was to get you to trust your intuition more. It was getting you to pay attention maybe more to your health, to pay attention to how you can manifest whatever it is that you want into your life, but not to let fear drive a wedge in between that. And your emotions don't have to be aggressive, and that maybe if people understood the reason for your aggression instead of just being aggressive at times, that you have a lot of power, but you're also clearing a lot of karma. And maybe it's just important to understand that. And I think that some of you guys have been wanting to have this piece of property, this office, this house or apartment, but it's almost like deep down you're not really sure that you can have it, or that you deserve it, or that maybe some of the things and the thoughts and things that come out of your mouth are negative to an extent, because you don't have a lot of confidence in yourself that you can have this foundation, that you can have whatever you wish for, that there can be harmony, there can be happiness in whatever imaginary way that you've dreamt of it. And I think that making these choices, making these changes, and, channeling and taking care of yourself and the people around you, but also making this decision for yourself is going to bring you whatever it is that you want. But it's almost like you have to remember that you deserve it, that you have achieved it, you worked really hard, that, that this moving forward is okay to have these partnerships and alliances with other people, that it's okay to dream, and it's okay to feel like a little kid again, or remember that, you don't have to go through things alone all the time, and that you're growing and you're also forming a lot of positive things, even though maybe you can't see it right now. Maybe your emotions won't let you believe. Maybe you spent a lot of time and you've had a lot of patience and you've just kind of been waiting. But I do feel like if it's been delayed, it's because of something that they want you to see, and that's figuring out what it is that you truly want, what it is that you truly need to still maybe heal within yourself, or maybe some energies around you. And I think that sometimes people project their emotions onto you, and then you take them on as your own, and it kind of prevents you from achieving the things that you want to in a certain way, because maybe there's powerful energies, maybe there are things that can't be helped, maybe it's hard for you to make a decision because you don't really know, like in the long run, 5 to 10 years from now, what the plan is for your life. But I do feel like there's going to be great achievement, there's going to be partnership, there's going to be progress. It's just important to embrace those emotions, embrace those feelings, and stay connected, and never stop learning, never stop researching, never stop taking the road less traveled. And maybe letting the friends that are close to you, that you consider a close friend, like letting them know how you're feeling, or letting them in, that there doesn't have to be a rat race to see who wins first or who's better. It can be about everyone kind of on the same page, but at different paces or experiences along the way. So that's all I have for you guys. Hope you have a good night.